morning from Dumfries Nice Bowl. Good morning from Dumfries Nice Bowl. This game between the Lockerbie rink of Hannah Fleming and the Murrayfield rink of Kerrybar. This is the Cooperative Funeral Care of Kerrybar, the first leg of the Scottish Curling Women's Championships. You've just got me, John Graham, here today, along with David Owen.
Morning, John.
Good morning. And our other commentators that we had yesterday, Richard Smith, he can't get up this morning to be here, but he might be here later on.
I think he might well be, John. I think he enjoyed himself too much last night.
I think he did. I thought it was fantastic. So, Richard, if you're listening out there or watching out there, we look forward to perhaps seeing you later on today. And Graham Sloan's up at Braehead with some of our junior teams. So best of luck up there, Graham.
Braehead or Glasgow? Sorry, Braehead or Greenacres.
Oh.
Baljaffrey, I think it is. It's up that way.
Best of luck wherever you are.
Either way, he's abandoned us today, so
best of luck wherever.
The job of pressing buttons, making sure this thing goes out online and speaking today.
And for anybody out there, David was explaining to me that you can watch this on your mobile, you can watch it on a laptop, or you can watch it on a good quality computer, because apparently there's 3 streams going out of different qualities.
If you have a look where it says it's kind of live, the number of viewers, good morning to all 4 of you. You'll see there's a wee tab there that says medium. There's 2 different options. There's high and low above that. Give that a go. Not promising a better picture, but we thought we'd give it a go this morning just to see what it looked like. Hopefully we've got the graphics sorted out today as well. I think some people they were making the comment that they didn't know what end we were on. It was actually on the graphic last night, but I believe it maybe just got chopped off the bottom of the screen. Slightly unfortunate, but it was a good game nonetheless last night.
Anyway, they're just finishing off their preparations for this game. As I said before, we're going to be watching Hannah Fleming against Kerrybar, and the other games that's been played today are Jennifer Martin against Lorna Vivas, and Gail Monroe against Gina Aiken. So we'll try and keep you updated on those games as well. We've got a number of people here that's doing the timing. Each rink has got 60 minutes to which to complete their game, and there's a whole set of timers up here, people who are timing each game, and they keep a record of it. And it goes up onto a screen which each team can watch, and it was commented on yesterday that possibly one member in each team is designated to keep an eye on that and remind the skipper about what's going on. So, anyway, we'll get back to you shortly once the game actually starts. once again, for those that's just joined us, for those that's just joined us, for those that's Precise Boat, and we're watching Corporate Canoe Scottish Cup Championship. First leg, second leg, and Cheers Perth, centre in Perth, in the new year. We're watching the game of Kerry Bar. Anna Fleming's team is Gordon Gray, Jennifer Dodge, and Alice Spence. I think they're all local. All right, then. So David's here. All right, then. Apart from him, David, we'll look at it. Without him, we wouldn't be here. So we'll still look at it. Look at it. So, and they're up against the Murrayfield rink of Kerry Bar. I don't think that's Rachel, Raquel Sims, Rihanna McLeod, and Barbara McPeak. Should be a good game, David, compared to when we watched what was happening last night. David,
Should do it.
we watched what was happening last night.
The actual final if we get to that stage. The conversation last night about who won money was on for the finals. If it wasn't recorded and written down, it didn't count.
All right, okay. There's no money involved in that. All right, okay. There's no money involved in that. Anyway, Kerry Bar has got the hammer. This first end. Kerry Bar has got this first end. This first end.
Fairly standard first end setup. Just that one stone back of the tee line. Can be one slight disadvantage of the time clocks in the fact that the first end can sometimes be a little bit, should we say, uninteresting.
Yeah, it's just for all those that just joined us, perhaps hadn't joined us last night. The games or the ends are all time. Games time, sorry. We've got a total of 73 minutes to actually play the game. If they run out of time, they lose the game. If they run out of time, this has happened in one of the major competitions, doesn't it? This has happened in one of the major competitions. This has happened in one of the major competitions.
I'm not quite sure what happened. It's written in the rules.
I think it was a Scottish team, actually.
It's something happened at the World Juniors.
I think it was a Scottish team, actually.
Scott Hamilton will tell me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2004 they guys went to the Worlds and their opposition actually ran out of time. But created enough of a fuss that they got a couple of seconds added on, and I think the two stones were in play at the same time. And early days, I think. It has been known to happen.
Anyway, we've got a number of people that's up here, the viewing lounge, and each one of them is tasked. They've got a computer, and they've got to keep pushing buttons on the computer for when the end finishes, when the game end starts, and all other technical things, and then the time is displayed on a screen over each of the sheets of ice. And we understand that possibly one player in each rink is tasked to keep an eye on their team's time and keep the skip up to date on that, so the skip doesn't need to worry about such minor things.
Skipping, I'm not sure if ignore it completely.
I'm sure they probably don't ignore it, but perhaps when it's getting down to the closing stages, they're more interested in how they're going to play the shots as opposed to watching a second hand.
12 or seconds. 12 seconds.
Yeah,
get down the other end of the ice and play it.
The other games we've got on here are Jennifer Martin against Lorna Beavers, and Gail Monroe against Gina Murrayfield and Gail Monroe from Stranraer.
Should be two other good games we watched last night. Gail Monroe certainly it was a good start to competition. Obviously difficult to judge two teams until they've played other ones. So yeah, certainly after this session we should have a bit more of a sight to who's going to end up where at the end of the weekend.
We understand that there was a change to Gail's lineup, but don't have actual details. Don't have actual details.
Yeah, I believe there is one change there. Unfortunately, we're kind of hobbled away in a wee corner here, so we can't actually see the sheet for who's playing.
Anyway, here we are. Hannah's sitting with two shots. One to the back of the 8 foot and one just sitting at the front of the 12 foot there. Kerry Barr has got one stone advantage, and she's got a guard out there in front. Not sure she wouldn't be looking for that for being a wee bit further up. David, she wouldn't be looking for that for being a wee bit further up. She wouldn't be looking for that for being a wee bit further up.
That said, at this stage of the end, it looks like they'll be needing that last stone to draw for a 1, so it is nuisance value there.
Aye. Given fairly straight ice there, so obviously looking for quite a powerful shot. Given fairly straight ice there, so obviously looking for quite a powerful shot. Given fairly straight ice there, so obviously looking for quite a powerful shot.
Yes.
A wee bit
Going away on the inside. There you go, nuisance value.
Perhaps should have maybe just given a wee bit more ice, because I thought that it was going to be a lot more weight than what it came up the ice at. Just given a wee bit more ice, I thought that it was going to be a lot more weight than what it came up the ice at. Just given a wee bit more ice. Advantage back to Barn, I would say.
I'm just wondering if we've called last stone here. Just looking at where they're looking at trying to split the house.
Advantage back to Barn, I would say.
Assume if it was last stone.
Aye, this will be Kerry's first stone. I'll make sure it all goes out properly. I'll make sure it all goes out properly.
Rewind button and take out the silly comment.
Alright, better be careful of the day then.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, better be careful of the day then. You're going to have to work hard on this one. You're going to have to work hard on this one. Yes, good shot. A lot of effort from the sweepers there. Yes, good shot. A lot of effort from the sweepers there. Yes, good shot. A lot of effort from the sweepers there. Yes, good shot. So Hannah giving some thought to it and looking to whether she's going to draw up to that blue that's just lying outside the 4 foot. Draw up to that blue that's just lying outside the 4 foot. Hannah had a slow start to her game yesterday, and first couple of ends she was down, but then she got into a higher gear and just came back to have a very good win.
Yeah, they did. We see
this is a 10 end game, and as was explained yesterday, makes such a difference to how you actually play the game at this level of colour. How you actually play the game at this level of colour.
Quite get the roll across, but I think she'll be happy enough with that. Still the chance for the 2 in the first end though. Keane just shows how quickly an end can turn round. I think that the game last night, great example of that, where Jennifer Martin at one point looked like she'd be battling against losing a 3, and all of a sudden she was line 4.
That's right, unbelievable. That's right, unbelievable.
Just keeping that going all the way. Nice easy out on the nose for a 2.
Mm-hmm. So, on the first end, Kerry Bar is 2 up in the Weavers versus Martin game. Weavers is 1 up on the first end, and there's no score recorded in the Monroe versus Ayers Martin game. We've got these games on this morning, and we've got further games on at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I think.
Yep, 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
And then 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I think. So Barbara McPeak for Kerry Bar played her first shot. Barbara's 27 years of age. She's been playing for 18 years, and she's the Scottish junior and world junior champion in 2007.
You're asking the wrong person, John. That's way past my...
Paper, so. Just a wee bit reversal of what we saw in the first round, with Annie putting a guard out there, and just a wee bit reversal of what we saw in the first round, with the opposition trying to invite them to come into the ring.
Not seeing what we saw last night with the opposition coming round that drawing the guard first.
Come into the ring. I don't think the 2 shots are actually locked, but they're certainly close enough that the furthest away one will maybe still stay in the rings. Certainly close enough that the furthest away one will maybe still stay in the rings.
First about taking those keys, she's just looking to get the roll across and put the number 1 objective.
Starting to drift.
Very good.
Starting to drift.
It's a wee bit of an in-between result. On the nose would have been quite good as well.
Starting to drift.
A wee bit of an in-between result. On the nose would have been quite good as well.
Starting to drift. Stone's played. Quite a weight on it. Stone's played. Should be a bit high at the moment. Bit weight on it. Just coming in. Stone's played. Should be a bit high at the moment. Just coming in.
Shot, just bump that one across, move in behind the corner guard, try and set up a 2 from there.
Coming in. Decent weight on the Stone. The sweepers are working it hard. Alice Spence giving a lot of encouragement. Sweepers are working hard. Just not got the exactly what they're looking for.
It's getting closer though.
It is, aye. But the opposition's going to do it this time.
It's very close. Carlos, you said something along the lines of the guard is
The
in the
opposition's going to do it this time. No. It is, aye. The opposition's going to do it this time.
It's a roll, but just a wee bit too far. It's going to drift out of play. And it just hangs about.
So an opportunity here for Hannah to achieve what she's been looking for. So an opportunity here for Hannah to achieve what she's been looking for. So an opportunity here for Hannah to achieve what she's been looking for. So an opportunity here for Hannah to achieve what she's been looking for. A lot of fast stones being played here, which will provide both links with some extra time towards the end of the game. Fast stones being played here, which will provide both links with some extra time towards the end of the game.
Maybe the one drawback to the scenario is that the more fast stones you play, the better you are at the end of the game. I know we should reflect that on the scoreboard, of course. There was a few discussions about changing it to thinking time only as opposed to playing time. So the time clock would stop once you actually come out the hack, which to me seems to make an awful lot of sense.
So looking for a draw here from Jennifer Dodds. Hannah's got her hand up. She's obviously quite happy with the speed. Just needs the draw. Hannah's got her hand up. Looking good.
Yes, just finishing right in behind that guard now.
Looking good.
Straight well swept.
Yes. Kerry looking to take the guard off. She's looking to just hit it straight back and perhaps clear both stones. She's looking to just hit it straight back and perhaps clear both stones.
Just misses that outside edge.
I got the feeling that it maybe even touched it. Along there.
Is that your subtle way of asking for a replay, John?
I got the feeling that maybe just got the impression that the red moved very slightly. She's got opportunity here. Very technical guru. Opportunity here.
I think he would be.
Very technical guru. Opportunity here. Just looking.
Just slid past the edge.
Hannah looking for a draw and the outer edges here.
That was very good. Spence produced quite nicely.
Draw.
Can afford to come back to you as move the ball on. So arguably better back there, because if it was sitting top of the tee line, there'd be a slight opportunity to hit no. Where St. Patrick's better back there, thinks they run it nice and short now. So well played there.
In some ways, Kerry Bar would be quite happy just to allow Hannah Fleming to get a win this end as well.
Absolutely.
Some ways, Kerry Bar
Looking like a 2 now, though, you'd have to say.
allow Hannah Fleming to get a win this end as well.
Absolutely.
Some ways, Kerry Bar would be quite happy just to allow Hannah Fleming to get a win this end as well.
Hands up, though. Bit wide.
Hannah set one on top of there.
Yeah, I would think so.
And she'll be looking to capitalise on this and perhaps look to get a 3 out of it. Capitalise on this and
It's landed back tee. It's choosable, isn't it?
perhaps look to get a 3 out of it. If she's locked onto it.
Certainly a wee bit of discussion about it. Although, to be fair,
Locked
I don't think
on.
it was really about the shot, it was just about how they were going to get there. It's like they're just hitting the nose.
Does it?
So someone would worry maybe if they did miss the draw or miss any shot here that the bar link comes round the long guard. It makes it a wee bit more awkward. But
I see what you're meaning. If Hannah just gets her 2 back,
yeah, almost
they're back to. Just think of the long game as opposed to trying to just win this particular end.
finalise 2 after this.
Think of the long game as opposed to trying to just win this meeting.
Mistake though. Play the run back maybe.
Of course, both teams are just trying to find out the ice. They've probably been practicing, but probably just been practicing draws or just trying to start. They probably haven't been right out in the outer edges, so a wee bit unknown the ice out there for them. Outer edges, so a wee bit unknown the ice out there for them. Outer edges, so a wee bit unknown the ice out there. And we've got a score in sheet F with Monroe versus Aitken game, with Gail Monroe having taken one in the first. Sheet F with Monroe versus Aitken game. Gail now playing the last of her shots. Gail now playing the last of her shots.
Just getting a few comments on the website, John, that the sound's been a bit quiet this morning. Just getting a few comments on the website, John, that the sound's been a bit quiet this morning. Just getting a few comments on the website, John, that the sound's been a bit quiet this morning.
Probably the problem there is that we're not as noisy as Richard Smith and Sloaney.
That's before I was rudely interrupted by the umpires. That's exactly where I was going on that one. But we've turned the sound up a wee bit now, so if people can hear, let us know if you're still struggling. We can turn it up a bit further yet, but we've got a few orange lights coming up over our dashboard here, so we're going to pull up any of the speakers. On the plus side, you haven't had to listen to John for the last half hour either, so
So Hannah Fleming playing the last stone of this end. All she needs to do is hit and stick, and she's line to stone of this end. All she needs to do is hit and stick, and
the whole end really swinging around that red stone in behind the guard there. Pretty good this time. Hands up, acknowledged, good shot. 2 red it is.
Seems an easy shot when you're at this level and that. Every shot's a difficult shot. So
particularly once you've lost the 2 in the first end, it's always nice to get that 2 straight back. You don't want to go losing another steal of a 1 trying to chase the game so early or anything like that. But Hannah's a pretty experienced team world junior gold medalist, so she knows what she's doing.
all of Hannah's team, that's Lauren Gray, Jennifer Dodds and Alice Spence, have been selected for the 2013-2014 British and Scottish Performance Programme. They're actually in the podium group, and the other 4 people that are in that group are actually playing in Norway at this time. That's the level that actually playing is at this time. Well done. We've got other people that's been selected in that programme. They're all in the performance group. That's all of Jennifer Martin's team and all of Lorna Beaver's team. So out of the 16 players that are in that programme, 12 of them are playing this weekend at the British.
You've been doing your homework, John. Were they Richard notes?
No, these are what I did yesterday. So Hannah elected to put a centre guard there. So Hannah elected to put a appears to work because the opposition tried to draw round about it and run through to the back. The opposition Hannah was operating round about it, getting one in behind her guard there. Run through to the back, so a bit pressure on Alice Spence here. Getting one in behind her guard there. Run through to the back, so a bit pressure on Alice Spence here. Getting one in behind her guard there. Sweepers just ready. Seem quite happy with the weight. She's not drawn. Just ready. Seem quite happy with the weight. Not drawn like the would have want. There was a couple of comments that perhaps the ice is a bit straight at times, which we find surprising. We've had 6 and plus feet draws over the last few months. So we find surprising.
It's a wee bit unfortunate. We've actually spent the last 12 months telling people as straight as it was at the ladies qualifiers last year, and it's by no means that straight this year. I mean, there is a reasonable swing, but we've literally been getting 5-foot swings on both handles. You can see this dude here swinging quite well. There's maybe a slight difference between the average club curler's handles and the top level handles.
All right, okay.
One's maybe a bit more positive against the other. Did actually notice that lockout last week where the ice was really quite straight. Did actually any kind of positive handle you don't run absolutely straight.
Right.
Dare I say a wee bit of adaptability required.
Okay, right. I'm not going to get involved in this because I don't want hate mail later on. So. Okay, right.
We all know that Gareth Graham slowing down for his ice ball.
Excellent.
We all know that Gareth Graham slowing down for his ice ball.
Graham Black was the ice technician that was working it this morning. I don't know who else was working, but I know that Graham was in early. Graham Black had it all set up and getting everything done, and he was finished in good time, he was saying. So Graham was in early. It all
Yeah, spoke to Graham on the way out last night. I think reasonably happy with Rice. I think the way out last night. There's a few things I think he would like to keep working on over the weekend. Reasonably happy with Rice. I think the way out last night. There's a few things I think he'd like to
Technicians here have all benefited from a ice making course. Earlier on, from a ice making just before the start of the season, and I found that was really very good for them, and provided them with lots of tips, and they certainly put a lot of effort into it. There's no doubt whatsoever. Very good for them. Lots of art in its own right, and it's very easy to criticise them. Lots of art in its own right, and it's very easy to criticise them. So Hannah Flannan got one at the back of the 12 there, and she's still got a guard on, which is going to create a problem for the bar rink, because they just don't seem to be able to get round the back of it.
potential for quite a good end this though, John. A few stones kicking about. Potential for quite a good end this though, John. A few stones just
She's starting to draw now, isn't it?
Yeah, having said it was fairly straight, they just almost lost that one a wee touch.
She's starting to draw now. I'm surprised they've not looked to try and draw around the other side, actually. Because now if they looked around the other side, at least if they were around the other side, they would come into that. Because now if they look at blue as well.
Dishes come into that. Heavy, they're looking to be reach off the perfect weight.
My apologies. I'm thinking about my level of curling.
It's so much easier sitting up here.
This is good. My apologies. I'm thinking about my level of curling.
Nice on the screen, that distraction heavy.
This is good.
We're going to get all sorts of.
This is good. She's taking a wee bit less ice than what they were doing before. That was to get there. That was very close to that front half. She's taking a wee bit less ice than what they were doing before.
See there, when
that was very close to that front half. Taking a wee bit less ice than what they were doing before. That was very close to that front half.
Need to go and find some more. Second I say that, John's away to get the stopwatch, so we'll have that with you in a second. I'm not sure I can use that stopwatch, John. I think we're going to have to put a picture of that up on the Facebook page, I think. I'm not sure if I can use that stopwatch, John. I think we're going to have to, it's quite impressive for that Facebook page, I think. We'll try and get a picture of this stopwatch. It's quite, what do you call it, retro? Is that being generous? Nasty, or
you don't want to know how old the stopwatch is.
I've never seen a stopwatch that doesn't have digital figures on it.
Welcome to the real world.
I've never seen a stopwatch that doesn't have digital figures on it.
Welcome to the real world.
I've never seen a stopwatch that doesn't have digital figures on it.
Welcome to the real world.
And finally that centre guard disappears.
Stones are quite well lined up for Hannah Fleming, a wee bit pressure on Stones are quite well Kerry, I would say, at this moment in time.
Yeah, I would agree with
Hannah
that.
Fleming, a wee bit
Reds are fairly well jammed.
Stones are quite well Kerry, I would say, at this moment in time. Hannah Fleming, a wee bit
Just maybe left that centre guard on a wee touch too long
at
there.
this moment in time. Kerry does have the hammer though, so that's what she'll be thinking about, keeping the front clear. Kerry does have the hammer though, and with the confidence that she'll be thinking about, she can get the stone better than the opposition. Kerry does have the hammer though, and with the confidence that she'll be she can get the stone better than the opposition.
Yeah, it's just that fine line between being aggressive, scoring your twos and threes, and being overly aggressive, and you end up with guards left, right, and centre fighting their way to the forfeit. By no means at that stage yet in this thing.
Quite a long guard there from Hannah, so don't know if that's exactly what she was looking for.
I'd be happy.
Quite a long guard there
It's on the centre line.
Don't know if
Stops
that's
it.
exactly what she was looking for.
I'd be happy.
Quite a long guard there
It's on the centre line.
Don't know if that's exactly what she was looking for. Wonder what happened to Hannah's red coat that she had on yesterday. Wonder what happened to Hannah's red coat that she had on yesterday.
I have no idea.
I just noticed yesterday that she had the red coat on and everybody else had the team coat on, but she's got the team coat on today, so I just noticed yesterday that she had the red coat on and everybody else had the team coat on, so she's got the team coat on today. So I just noticed yesterday that she had the red coat on and everybody else had the team coat on, so she's got the team coat on today. So I just noticed yesterday that she had the red coat on and everybody else had the team coat on, so she's got the team coat on today. So just waiting for Kerry Barr to play a shot. So just waiting for Kerry Barr to play a shot. Out turn draw. So just waiting for Kerry Barr to play a shot. Close out turn past that guard and well played. Very well played. Close. Don't know if she's actually got the shot though. Well played. No,
No,
shot's still against her.
Raid still sitting in there.
Don't know if she's actually got the shot though. Well played. No, shot's still against her.
Raid still sitting in there.
Don't know if she's actually got the shot though. Well played. No, shot's still against her. So, Hannah elected for another long guard. So, Hannah elected for another long guard. So, Hannah elected for another long guard. So this is Hannah Fleming's last stone of this third end. Both ranks and both teams being so this is Hannah Fleming's last stone of this third end. Both ranks and both teams perhaps running a wee bit further than what she wanted. Hannah Fleming's last stone of this third end. Both ranks. No, just about perfect. Running a wee bit further than what she wanted. So forcing the opposition onto the other side. The other handle. So, forcing the opposition onto the other side, the other handle.
Possibly not. They're looking at the guards already. So.
Don't think so, because as we've seen before, that seems to be running a wee bit straighter on that side. As we've seen before, that seems to be running a wee bit straighter on that side. As we've seen before, that seems to be running a wee bit straighter on that side. As we've seen before. It's looking to drive one of that centre guard. It's looking to drive one of that centre guard. It's looking to drive one of Start to set the car. Looking to drive on start to set the car. So Fleming placing a wee bit pressure on the bar rink here, not giving them it easy. So Fleming placing a wee bit pressure on the bar rink here, not giving them it easy. So Fleming placing a wee bit pressure on the bar rink here, not giving them it easy. So Fleming placing difficult shot there for Kerry, quite a distance between the to drive that shot straight. Difficult shot there for Kerry, quite a distance between the to drive that shot straight. Difficult shot there for Kerry, quite a distance between the to drive that shot straight. So Anna Fleming stole a win there, she'll be very happy at that. So Anna Fleming stole a win there, she'll be very happy at that. So and again shows the benefit of being able to put your guards where you want them to go, and also thinking about again shows the benefit you're doing to the put your guards where you want them to go, options you're giving them, and also thinking about again shows the benefit.
Just a wee technical thing, John. I think we're still struggling a wee bit with audio. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to switch just a wee technical audio sometimes. We're still struggling a wee bit with audio. Hear this in about 5 seconds. But just be careful you're speaking a little bit loud so we're still aware. You'll still hear this in about 5 seconds. But just be careful you're speaking. Okay, so that's us switched across, which hopefully makes it a little bit easier to hear.
Testing, testing, testing.
Okay, so that's us switched across, which we've got some more lights on screen, so hopefully that's a wee bit better for people.
Testing.
We've got some more lights on screen, so hopefully that's a wee bit better for people. But certainly any feedback welcome. Always take it as constructive. Certainly any feedback welcome.
On the other sheets, Martin versus Weavers. Martin is 2-1. Other sheets, and Martin versus Weavers. Monroe versus Aitken as they play the fourth end. Monroe is 2-1 up. Monroe versus Aitken. So close games all round at this moment in time. Is 2-1 up. Monroe versus Aitken. So close games all round at this moment in time. Close games all round at this moment in time. Barbara McPeak for Team Bar playing her first shot. Barbara McPeak for Team Bar playing her first shot. Barbara McPeak for Team Bar. And as Alice Spence gets sorry, it's not Alice Spence. And as Alice Spence gets sorry, it's not Alice Spence.
Sorry, John, I'd help you out there, but I was too busy changing graphics and sounds.
Alright,
Sorry, John, I'd help you out there, but I was too busy changing graphics and sounds.
Alright,
Sorry, John, I'd help you out there, but I was too busy changing graphics and sounds.
Alright.
It's nice lead plate.
Abby Brown.
That's yep. Nicely in there. Nice lead plate.
Abby Brown.
Yep. Nicely in there. And the bar rig not being sucked into too many corner guards. They're only one down. They've got last stones. So the bar rig. Occasionally you see a team panic there and start trying to put corner guard up or playing freezes and keeping it nice and simple. And I suspect, barring any misses, we could have quite a quick end here, John. It's got that kind of look about it.
They're not wasting any time, are they?
Quite a quick end here, John. It's got that kind of look about it.
They're not wasting any time, are they? They're not wasting any time, are they? Now Alice Spence is playing. Now Alice Spence is playing. Now Alice Spence is playing.
figures are a wee bit down this morning, John. Think that might have something to do with the competition in Norway.
Possibly, aye. But
Fair.
it could be that it's just a Saturday morning.
John.
Everybody's still lying in their beds.
Something to do with the competition in Norway.
Possibly. Are we playing curling? Could be that it's just a
They
Saturday
could be
morning.
curling. That's a very good point.
Everybody's still lying
Fair
in their
play
beds.
to the 11 that have tuned in.
Are we playing curling? Could be that it's just a
They could be
Saturday
curling.
morning.
That's a very good point.
May not seem a lot,
Fair
but
play to
we
the 11 that
get a
have,
lot more people that
tuned in.
replay it later on during the day, don't we?
We do. I actually had to look
May not seem a lot,
very
but we
briefly this
get a
morning
lot
when I got
more
up, so
people
it was
that
about 6:30 this morning.
Replay it later on
And there were 7
during
people
the day, don't
watching
we?
it. We do. I actually had to look
May not
very
That's not bad at that time of the morning, is it?
That's staggering at that time in the morning, to be quite honest.
What's your plug that you're going to give bad at that time of the morning? Doing something or getting people to move to YouTube or something?
Yeah, we're looking to get better quality.
What's your
We
plug?
we don't see the adverts, but we do get some comments
People
that,
to move to YouTube or
you
something?
occasionally get some adverts on the live stream service. What we'd really like to do is move to using YouTube, exactly the same as the European Championships have done this week. What we'd really like to do is move. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't just let everybody go on there and stream. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers. We meet every other criteria. We just need the subscriber numbers. Currently, we're about 30 odd subscribers. But if you would like to show your support for any of this, if you could go to the YouTube channel, which is just simply youtube.com/Dumfries Curling. All you have to do is click the subscribe button, and that's it. You've helped us. No money changes hands, no backhanders anywhere. Nice and straightforward. And then hopefully we'll be able to use YouTube to actually show the games in future.
So for those that are watching, if you can do that and get your family to do it and all your friends that's on Facebook to do it, and some of you have got hundreds of friends on Facebook, if you just get them to click it, that'll sort David's problems out.
Sort that problem out.
Alright, okay. Just get them to click it. That'll
It,
sort David's
hopefully it'll be
problems
better.
out.
I mean, there's other. I would like to think it's worth your while going to the YouTube
Alright,
channel
okay.
anyway. We have various shot of the month competitions. So there's a few things to see on there. And in time, we're looking to get all the games moved across. So move all the back catalogue of games across that way as well. Because live stream is the service we have is free, but there is a paid for option, but we can't really afford the £300 and something a month. Not really appropriate for curling, I'm afraid. So hence the reason to move to YouTube, but we need a bit of support for that. Not really appropriate for curling, I'm afraid. So hence the reason to move to YouTube, but we need a bit of support.
One of the quicker ends that we've seen so far.
As predicted.
One of the quicker ends that we've seen so far. The question is, will we end up with a blank end? One of the quicker ends that we've seen so far. The question is, will we end
Should
up
do.
with a blank end? The question is, will we end
Should
up
do.
with a blank end? We hit and roll. We hit and roll. And Hannah is literally flying down that rink.
Forget you can actually see out the window here, John.
And Hannah is literally flying. We keep David in a wee corner cupboard actually, and just open the door and speak to him from time to time.
Get let out on a Monday to go
We
to
keep
work.
David in a wee corner cupboard actually, and just open the door and speak to him from time to time.
Get let out on a Monday to go to
Keep
work.
David in a wee corner cupboard actually, and just open the door and speak to him from time to time. Keep David in a
Another nice nose hit.
And so,
Another nice nose hit.
Barring rink, I've got 2 stones remaining to play, and Hannah Fleming has got 1. And so, Barring rink, I've got in the Weavers Martin game. Weavers is 4-2 up now. In the Weavers Martin game. Weavers is 4-2 up now.
Yeah, the same stage of the game, John. The 4 ends in, are they?
Weavers is that's their fourth end. They're on the fourth end at the moment.
Yeah, the same stage of the game, John. The 4 ends in, are they?
That's their fourth end. They're on the fourth end at the moment. Both teams are really flying through this end in all respects. Skip's really hastily getting back down the teams are really to the hat to play their stone. Just not wasting any time whatsoever. Hastily getting back down
there's a fine line there.
To the hat to play
Because
their
you
stone.
don't want to rush it.
Just
you
not
don't wanna-
wasting
you don't wanna
any time whatsoever.
Miss a simple shot just because you've rushed it. So there's still a process to be going through. Make sure everything stays right. And so far, it's certainly working for both teams. There's still a process to be going through. Make sure everything. Would have liked to roll back to the centre line a wee touch with that. I just think a nose hit here is out of the ring, so makes it a wee bit easier to blank the end. Would have liked to roll back to the centre line a wee touch with that. I just think a nose hit here is out of the ring, so makes it a wee bit easier to blank the end. Would have liked to roll back to the centre line a wee touch with that. I just think a nose hit here is out of the ring, so makes it a wee bit easier to blank the end.
So Kerry playing her last shot, or the last shot of this end. Just looking for the blank. So Kerry playing her last shot, or the last shot.
Makes that quite nicely. So no change to the score. It's 3-2 to Fleming after 4 ends. Makes that quite nicely. So no change to the score. It's 3-2 to Fleming after 4 ends. Makes that quite nicely. Change to the score.
Having technical problems, shall we, David? Having technical Our apologies, just some technical issues which David has resolved. However, if you do find that you're looking at a couple of cows in a mobile or electronic milking parlour, it's not David trying to boost his business sales, it's just a technical glitch. Electronic milking parlour, it's not David trying to
Hopefully
boost his
all
business
people
sales,
have seen it was a
it's
slightly
just
paused video there for a second or two, but yeah, we'll get there. All people have seen it was a slightly paused video there for a second or two, but yeah, we'll get there.
So Bar looking to remove this stone. So Bar looking to remove this stone. Fleming giving a wee kind of shrug of the shoulders, and then looking for a hit and roll towards the centre. Fleming giving a wee kind of shrug of the shoulders, and then looking for a hit and roll towards the centre. Fleming giving a wee kind of shrug of the shoulders, and then looking for a hit and roll towards the centre.
panic over, John. I think we're back up and running. And we can see the screen again.
No problems, no problems.
You dealt with it like a pro. It's like it's happened before.
No problems, no problems.
You dealt with it like a pro. It's like it's happened before.
No problem. Wee bit loose shot there, perhaps. I'm not sure that's exactly what they were looking for, but still done the job. I'm sure that Kerry's quite happy with that. Wee bit loose shot there, perhaps. I'm not sure that's exactly what they were looking for, but still done the job. Perhaps wrongly, I'm getting the impression that we might have a couple of ends where there's very few stones in the rink, and both teams will just keep it clear. Just looking for that mistake from the opposition. There's very few stones in the rink from the opposition. Both teams will just keep it clear. Just looking for that mistake from the opposition. Just looking for that mistake from the opposition. Both teams will just keep it clear. Just looking for that mistake from the opposition. Just looking for that mistake from the opposition. Quite nice to see various skips having a wee chat with each other in the back of the rinks. It's nice to see a chat with each other. They all know each other well and play each other. And chat with each other and play each other in the rinks.
It's a social game, Colonel.
Yes, we might fight each other in the rinks, but we're friends of it. We might fight each other in the rinks, but we're friends of it. Yes. We might fight each other in the rinks, but we're friends of it. We might fight each other in the rinks.
The same following a very similar pattern, just the stones in a slightly different place to the last end.
Aye, I just get the impression that we'll. Well, from Bar's point of view, they'll try and blank it. Fleming, they'll be quite happy to take a one even. That would give them a two-shot advantage. Two-shot advantage. They'll be quite happy to take a one even. Two-shot advantage.
Yeah, my money's on the blank now from here, John.
Two-shot advantage.
My money's on the blank now from team control.
Yes.
My money's on the blank now from here, John. My money's on the blank now from here, control.
3-1 up. And Weavers Martin, Martin's back another shot. Fourth end. And Weavers Martin. I don't know if it's cold down there, but looks as if Lorna's got cold feet. Certainly looks as if she's trying to warm herself up. Got cold feet. Certainly looks as if she's trying to warm herself up. So, Kerry elected for a hitting role. Just looking to put a shot somewhere where the opposition might just miss it. Put a shot somewhere where the opposition might just miss it. Put a shot somewhere where the opposition might just miss it. Put a shot somewhere where the opposition might just miss it. Put a shot somewhere where the opposition might just miss it. Every player will be under stress each time they play their stone, knowing that just a small flick of the wrist or moving the elbow the wrong way could end up with either leaving the opposition stone in the house or perhaps just missing it altogether. So a lot of pressure on each of these players.
Which coming back to the fact that this is quite a quick end, it's nice and easy, but it's not always, you still have to be full concentration. I think a lot of people watching this thinking this is just dead easy, but it's, still have to make sure you play the shots properly. Full concentration. I think a lot of people watching this thinking this is just dead easy, but
So that stone's just ended up towards the end of the outside of the 8 foot there. Different place in the ice where they haven't played. But even you can see the skips there. There's Hannah Fleming watching right behind just to see what the line of the stone is, what the stone is doing as it comes up the ice, trying to gain all the information, because she knows that she's going to have to play up there soon. And there's an example there of how easy it is. That stone, if it just hit it a wee bit less, might have left the red just hanging in the back.
Yeah, there might have been a wee bit of a panic on that one, a wee bit of a worry, but does the job. A wee bit of a panic on that one.
Just like run straighter than what they perhaps anticipated. But we saw that yesterday in that, or last night in that sheet as well, didn't we? That kind of was the demise of Gale. Just taking a wee bit was the demise of Gale.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, it's just very easy for them up here, isn't it? That's the. As you say, it's just very easy. Yeah, absolutely. That's the.
I don't think that Graham or Richard made him.
They were both very impressive. Yeah, I mean, I just hope Graham's form translates to Wednesday Night League for a change. They were both very impressive. Yeah.
Well, that's a wee bit below the belt, isn't it?
It's very true, though, to be fair.
Below the belt.
Heard it here first.
Below the belt, isn't it?
Heard it here first. Very true, though, to be fair.
Below the belt. Fortunately for you, he's too busy to watch these replays. So. Fortunately for you.
Oh, that's how we know we can get away from that.
Fortunately
that's how we know we can get away from that.
Fortunately for you.
That's how we know we can get away from that. That's how we know we can get away from that. John being our technical curling coach here has been time in the ice. John, what kind of results are you getting from that?
I've just done one.
Results are you getting technical from that? Just done one. John, what kind of results are you getting from that?
3.1. Just done one. I'd have to recheck that again. As we've seen so many times when we do it with the kids and that, you can get so many variations. So many times when we do it with the kids and that, you can get so many variations. We've seen so many times when we do it with the kids and that, you can get so many variations.
So we're getting new viewers all the time. John just kind of asking what have the other ends been like, and to be honest, first 3 ends were actually really good. There were some plenty of stones in play, just the last 2 ends have been a wee bit quiet. What have the other ends been like, and to be honest, first 3 ends were actually really good.
Quite evenly matched. and it's just really looking for the mistake from the others, and they weren't. Neither team is prepared to allow that to happen.
I don't know if you noticed there, John just switched on to sheet 6. I don't know if you can give us an update of what's actually happening there.
Well, this is the Monroe versus Aitken game. This is the both teams have been drawn into the centre. This is the guards there, and this will be Gale. Drawn into the centre. This is the guards there, and this will be drawn into the centre.
Who's got last stone here, John?
Aitken, I think.
Get close to the guard. That's the second one.
Big draw at the end there. Speed was just coming off the stone, maybe a wee bit more than what she was looking for. Aitken's got last stone advantage here. The score is 3-1 for Monroe. Monroe looking for a 2 here.
See the replay there, just feathers the guard and no more. Runs past the shot, going straight through the back of the house.
I think it was a well played shot. I think it was just at the end there that the speed was just coming off and the stone was just drawn perhaps a wee bit more than what she maybe looked for. Perhaps a wee bit. Unfortunately, speed was just coming off and the stone. As you can see, taking a lot of a fair amount of ice here. Taking a lot of fair amount of ice here. As you can see, taking a lot of fair amount.
You're about to be a star of Facebook, John.
Right.
As is your stopwatch. You're about to be a star of Facebook, John. As is your stopwatch. You're about to be a star of Facebook, John. As is your stopwatch. You're about to be a star of Facebook, John.
Stone's drawn nicely. Nice grab on there. Gale's really only option is that centre red, but I don't know how easy it is to get to that one.
I think she's just pointed out her second option.
Draw around the back there.
Find the button.
Well, it's certainly feasible. I mean, there is a big draw there. Well, it's certainly feasible. I mean, there is a big draw there. It's just a question of. Well, it's certainly feasible. I mean, there is a big draw. Well, it's certainly feasible. Help to the opposition to get the 2, but they can.
It's just a case of drawing right in there, and you're losing the one, you're forcing the one, and that's it.
I think you're probably right. 2, but still contemplating the centre there. Contemplating the centre there. There's a lot of space there. She could draw into that centre. There's a lot of space there. She could draw into that centre. Ice towards maybe the centre of the. There's a lot of space there. She could draw into ice towards maybe the centre between the 8 and the edge of the 12 foot there.
It's the problem, you can't even put guard up. There's way too much space to try and guard there to draw in for the 2, so
not so sure that she maybe just needs a wee bit more ice, but maybe just needs a wee bit more ice, but sure that she maybe just needs a wee bit more ice, but sure that she maybe just needs a wee bit more ice, but sweepers are just gently clearing it, not on it. Sweepers are quite happy with the weight. Still sweepers are the weight, just gently clearing it. Sweepers are quite happy with the weight.
here comes a swing
A
now.
lot of work now there.
This looks pretty good.
It is, aye. Oh, well played. Well played. Well judged by everybody as well.
Well played, well swept, yeah, exactly.
Well judged by everybody as well. It is, aye.
obviously cleared the front guard by a fair margin there, but obviously the shot on the top of the forefoot there's more of the concern. Well swept.
Could really have done with another maybe 4 or 5 inches on it. Maybe done with another maybe 4 or 5 inches on it. Just done with another maybe a wee bit more. It is kind of open for the opposition.
It does. It's not an easy shot to get to the nose of. Three quarters, depending on what way it looks up there.
Does she catch the guard? Does she catch the guard?
Played it well.
Yes, well done.
Two blue. So John, I can't see the scoreboard. What score does that make that?
That makes it Peels.
It's quite a big shot there, really.
Good shots from both skips at the end there, so I'm sure that they're both pleased with that. Maybe Gail would be saying, well, I could have been an inch further in, you know. So maybe Gail would be saying, well, I could have been an inch further in. See, the Fleming Bar game has started again. I could have been an inch further in after the intermission.
This is the nice things about teams playing in Vegas. Can jump backwards and forwards.
Martin versus Vivers there on the 5th end. Martin's one down. Martin versus Vivers there. Martin's one down. Vivers just drew a lovely shot into the centre to take one there. So as they go into the break, that'll be Vivers 5-3 up. So let's see if we've got a different some stones in the rink on this occasion.
We've got a corner guard, John. We've got a corner guard.
And we've got 2 shots in the house.
We've got a corner guard. We've got a corner guard, John. We've got a corner guard.
And we've got 2 shots in the house.
We've got a corner guard.
Somebody's just brought us some cake, or somebody's just brought us some unknown reason.
Yes,
that's really excellent.
It's always nice to have that.
If anybody wants to bring us in
It's nice to have
unknown reason, feel free to use it. If they wants to bring us in.
Particular fan of home baking. Nice to have that. Scones, pancakes. I'm not too fussy after the home baking part, to be fair. Do you think that's technically known as an abusive position? Do you think that's
Not at all.
estranging?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not
Known as an abusive position.
Not at all.
Estranging.
Not at all. Not So in 2 or 3 shots, the game has changed. So in 2 or 3 shots, got rid of the front corner guard. And so in 2 or 3 shots, the game has changed. Corner guard. Fleming looking for perhaps a head and roll here. Corner guard. Fleming looking for perhaps a head and roll here. Corner guard. Fleming looking for perhaps a head and roll here.
Enjoyed that bit of cake, Joe. It was nice.
Well, I've still got a bit left, but don't even think about it.
Enjoyed that bit of cake, Joe.
hear a loud banging noise from the microphone, you know that if you hear a loud David Chan banging noise from the microphone, if you hear a loud banging, not sure this is what they were looking for. Microphone. If you hear a loud banging noise from the microphone, it's short of where they were really hoping to go. It's short of where they were. And what's Fleming going to do here? What's Hannah going to do? Short of where they were. What's really hoping?
Yeah, it's maybe a couple of feet short of where they're looking for, but the premise is there. It's a second stone round. It's maybe a couple of feet short of where they're looking for, but ideally would have liked to line two there. So a wee bit more thought going into these shots now. Just trying to figure out where they want to be when they come to play the last stones.
It was interesting to watch Hannah there, to see how she was formed the impression that she was perhaps given whoever was playing that stone the option of what's your views on whoever was playing that stone the option of
Yeah, I think at the risk of getting into a debate they probably don't want to be getting into, curling is a team game. Four players need to work as a team. I have to say, I think you'll probably agree with this, John, that I think for anybody to play at their best they have to be enjoying the game.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I mean, if you're not enjoying the game, if there's disagreement, it just sours everything. So, but I think that's the same with all sports. I don't think we're any different than anybody else. I think that's the same with all sports. It just sours everything than anybody else. But I think that's the same with all sports. I don't think we're any different than anybody else. I think that's the same with all sports. I don't think we're any different than anybody else. I think that's the same with all sports. So this is Jennifer Dodds, I think, playing. And has second shot. Nicely done. Second shot. Nicely done. Nicely done. They're pleased with that. Nicely done. They're pleased with that. They're pleased with that. They're pleased with that. Number of options being considered there. Hit the blue up. Number of options. Take the red off. Hit the blue up. Number of options being considered there. Hit the blue up. Number of options. Take the red off. Blue up. So Rachel Sims playing her second shot. Playing her second shot. Rachel Sims playing her second shot. Playing her second shot. Yes, that just didn't go well at all for them. Yes, that just didn't.
No, I just
an
didn't
opportunity for Fleming. Yes, that just an opportunity for Fleming. Yes, that just an opportunity for Fleming. An opportunity for Fleming. However, Barr still has the hammer. 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 Hannah Fleming playing her first shot there. Hannah Fleming playing to take the back one out and lie. Shot there. Hannah Fleming take the back one out and lie. Shot there. Hannah Fleming to take the back one out and line.
Does that well.
And got a wee roll out, just possibly a wee bit more difficult place to work on. And got a wee roll, a wee bit more difficult place to work on. And got a wee possibly a wee bit more difficult place to work on. A wee bit more difficult place to work on. And that pushed bar to looking at what's on the right hand, the shot on the right hand side of the screen here. That pushed bar to the shot on the right hand side of the screen here.
Just coming back to a conversation last night, John just remembered Richard was saying quite rightly that Hannah and our team played really well at Lochaber last weekend, just didn't quite have the rub of the green. But what he did say was he was blaming a lot of it on Hannah's bigger brother Gavin, saying he was an off-putting influence. What Richard failed to mention was the fact he was actually playing lead for Hannah in at least one game last weekend. I just couldn't get a microphone quick enough last night to point that one out.
Right, okay, right, okay.
Starting to pull across the retouch now.
Just needed to hit and just never went the right way for them, didn't it? To hit and just never went the right way.
I think the chances are we're left with a 5-foot draw to finish this end.
Forcing Bar to take a one.
Exactly that.
And then forcing Bar to take a one.
Just to put the commentator's curse on it, of course, but
Forcing Bar to take a one.
I think that's where we'll end up in this couple of stones' time.
Forcing Bar to take a one.
Just to put the commentator's curse on it, of course.
So Fleming ready to play her last shot here. Looking for a hit and roll. Last shot here. Won't be a particularly heavy weight, just a controlled weight, just enough that it'll just move that foot or two towards the right hand side.
Just as a wee warning, at the end of this end we'll just have a quick chat about the Europeans. So if anybody is watching this and not looking to know the score, once this end finishes, if you just mute your speakers and come back to us, we'll promise to stop speaking about it by the time we say second stone lands in the second end. A couple of people on the chat been very helpful in letting us know exactly what's going on there, so thank you very much for that, much appreciated. We did try and run it in the background, but we were slightly worried that we'd start rebroadcasting something we weren't meant to be broadcasting, so we got into a bit of trouble for that. Comes final stone in the end then, looks pretty good, looks like it's going to sit right on the button, not much sweeping required, well played, 3-all. So the Europeans, John, just to give you a bit, the men's team have won a bronze medal.
Well done.
So congratulations to them.
Well done.
The ladies team aren't doing so well.
Oh.
They're still playing.
That's a bit of a shock.
They are 7-5 going down the 10th end apparently. But they have 4 minutes left to complete that end.
And how many stones played?
Not sure on that, but Scotland does have last stone.
I was just going to ask you about that. So.
4 minutes is
And how many stones played?
pretty tight.
It is, aye.
It's pretty tight.
I was just going to ask you. It is, aye. But you've has probably been there before, and if they can get a 2, peel it, go into an extra end.
Absolutely. Remember the main, I think it was against Norway in the Worlds. I remember the World Europeans a couple of years ago where those who looked to have it sewn up, Dave Murdoch did a fantastic double takeout, and you could just see the spirit disappear out with them down the extra end. So no, definitely definitely still a lot to play for by the signs of it, so we better stop speaking about it, John, then.
Aye.
Just in case. We better stop speaking about it, John, then.
Aye.
Just in case, so.
So,
Just in case.
bar electing for a centre guard. Bar electing for a centre guard. So, bar electing for a centre guard. Fleming not looking for any tick shots or any other guards, just electing to go straight round the back of it into any other guards, just the back there. Any other guards, just electing to go straight round the back of it. Hannah's lead is Abby Brown. She's not what I said at the beginning of this, because clearly there's been changes made to the original sheet. So she won a World Junior Gold in 2012, World Junior Silver in 2013. She's been Scottish Junior Champion 2012 and 13, and Scottish Ladies Runner-Up in 2011 and 13. So it's quite an impressive track record for Abby. Her dad is Norman Brown, who was 4 times European champion, and she's currently at Dundee Uni.
It's not a bad CV at all, is it?
I think that is very good, especially for somebody that's just 20-year-old. Especially for somebody that's just very good.
You're making me feel old again, John.
Just look to catch the inside of this blue and move it back. Catch the inside of this blue and move it back. Just look to catch the inside. Yes, well played. Nice controlled weight. Yes, well played. Nice controlled weight. Yes, well played. Nice controlled weight. Yes, well played. Controlled weight. Yes, well played. Controlled weight.
A replay of that, John, just as we were looking the other way. Not a bad.
Well played. Aye. Just a bit unfortunate they never got to.
Yeah, really unfortunate that the second head is still in there behind the guard.
Just a bit unfortunate.
Nearly a really nice shot there, just didn't quite get, and that was the shot just after it.
Probably deserved better for the shot that they played.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably deserved better for the shot that they played. So, Harkwaite probably deserved better for the shot that they played. Harkwaite looking for a hit and roll. Better for the shot that they played. So, Harkwaite better for the shot that they played. So, Harkwaite looking for a hit and roll. Better for the shot that they played. So, looking for a hit and roll. Better for the shot that they played. So, Harkwaite looking for a hit and roll. Fleming drawn a nice second shot in there, perhaps a wee bit further than what they were looking for. Always bar to draw up against it. Fleming drawn a nice second shot in there, perhaps a wee bit further than what they were looking for. Always bar to draw up against it. Fleming drawn a nice always bar to draw up against it. Fleming drawn a nice to draw up against it. We're working this one hard, but it looks as if it should have it.
It's just past the guard.
But it looks as if it should have it.
Right,
yes, well played, well played.
Stone.
Looks as if it should
Stone.
have it. Yes, well played, well played.
Now we've got a guddle, John. Now we've got a guddle.
Yes, well played. So Hannah electing to take the guard off. She's got last stone advantage. So Hannah
It's only a safe thing to do now.
She's got last stone
Otherwise that
advantage. So Hannah
what an area is going to get very busy.
last stone advantage. So Hannah
It's only a safe thing to do now. Very busy.
last stone advantage.
So Hannah is going to get very busy.
Stone. I thought she'd missed it there. Well done. Job done. Well done.
And at the risk of having another spoiler, give people a few seconds to turn the mic, the speakers down for 10 seconds or so. Unfortunately, the Scottish ladies were beat in the final. The final score was actually 11-5, but purely because they were chasing a 2 down the last end, I suspect. Don't know many more details than that. Reasonably successful apart from the last game, I think.
Where did it all fall down?
Around, well, somewhere in that end, somewhere.
Right.
But, no more details on that, I'm afraid.
Right.
Anyway, well done to Sweden, though.
Well done to Sweden, and in fairness to Scotland, I mean, there was only one team beating them at the end of the day, so well done to them as well. Sweden, and in fairness to Scotland, well done to them as well. Only one team beating them at the end of the day, so well done to them.
Seemed to be a bit of a suspicion that the time clocks may have had their part to play in that last end, so.
Placing pressure on them to get shots.
Yeah.
Right, but that's the game, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
Get shots. Right, but that's the game, isn't it? Pressure on them to get shots. Right, but that's the game, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
Get shots. Right, but that's the game, isn't it? Get shots. Get shots. Right, but that's the game, isn't it?
So that guard not quite covering the blue stone.
Still a hindrance, though.
Covering the blue stone. We have the head
Still a
scratch.
hindrance. Is she looking for time out now?
I think they may just be discussing how much is between the two stones there.
Ah, right.
I think they may just be discussing, wondering whether they can belt it and try and get it out sideways. I think they may just be discussing how much is between the belts. I think if you do belt it on the right hand side, the second ray probably stays where it is. I can't. From our angle, I'm not suspecting that blue's going to go very far. Just coming down on top of it.
They just want to maybe open it up a wee bit. Just a wee bit space between the stones. Even if they lose the back red, it doesn't matter. Space between the stones. Just want, even if they lose the back red, it doesn't matter. Just a wee bit space between the stones. Even if they lose the back red, it doesn't matter. Space between the stones. Even if they lose the back red, don't know if she's signalling it's a wee bit wide or not. Don't know if she's signalling.
Boys with sweepers are on it now, and back off it. And back on it, and back off it, and back on it, which is always a good sign. Finally off it, perfect.
Well done.
Which is always a good sign. And back on it, finally off it, perfect.
Well done.
And back on it, which is always a good sign. Finally off it.
Nice draw into there, wasn't there? You know, it was drawn well, even with that.
I think weight's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just weight's the key there, not too heavy.
Nice draw into there, wasn't
I
it?
think weight's definitely what you needed to do. Weight's the key there, not too heavy.
Opportunity here for Fleming to get two. Opportunity here for Fleming to
Yeah, but if there's a blue stone comes down, Kerry Bar comes down and puts a blue right on top of there. The line to the forfeit isn't easy on the out turn for them because of that guard. So I think there is still enough swing there. I think there is still enough swing there for them because of that guard. So the other thing, if this is fractionally heavy and it just bumps him about a wee touch, we could see another big chance to clear a couple of blues out the way. If this is fractionally heavy and it just bumps him about a couple of blues out the way. A couple of blues out the way.
Yeah, it's quite an important shot this for Bar. They've really got to get this one. It's quite an important if they play it too heavy and they just skate off the side of it, they're going to also open it up, and that back red will just move to the right, giving Fleming the opportunity of even taking the three. Just a nice controlled weight thought. They're not looking for anything, just to look and get first shot. Controlled weight thought. They're not looking for anything. Just a nice controlled weight thought. They're not looking for anything. Just to look and even just force Fleming to take a single shot. Even just force Fleming to take a single shot. Even just force Fleming to take a single shot. Even just force Fleming to take a single shot.
Well, they discussed that shot there, John. Would you like to introduce that gentleman there?
Ah, this is our ice technician, Graham Black. Clearly taking a keen interest in the ice and what's happening out there, working out what he needs to do to prep it. Working out what he needs
Can't quite see from there, but he's got a terrible November effort as well.
Prep it.
Fair play to him.
I think he's quite proud of it.
I think he is actually. I'm not entirely sure it'll go in the 1st of December.
Right, I think he's quite proud of it.
I think he is actually. I'm not entirely sure.
I think he's quite proud of it.
Completely unaware he's on camera. It's always good.
I think he's quite proud of it.
Completely unaware he's on camera. It's always good. Completely unaware he's on
So,
camera.
Fleming looking to
Completely unaware he's on
So,
camera.
Fleming draw into the head there. So, Fleming looking to. Is this a first shot or second shot? Draw into the head there. So, Fleming looking to draw into. Is this a first shot or second shot? Is this a first shot or second shot? Draw into the head. First shot or second shot? Must be the last shot.
Not sure. I think it's first shot, John. I think it's Hannah's first shot. Yeah.
Must be the last shot.
Not sure. I think it's first shot. I'll find out if the kick stones away.
Right, okay.
Again, we're in a slightly awkward position. We can't actually see how many stones are left, which is slightly unfortunate.
Right, okay.
We're in a slightly awkward position. We can't
Right,
actually
okay.
see how many stones are left, which is slightly unfortunate. We can't actually see how many stones are left, which is slightly unfortunate.
Sweepers are working this one hard from quite a long way out, so Sweepers are working this one hard from quite a long way out, so Sweepers are really working it hard from quite a long way out. Don't know if they're
It's past the guard, but
don't
I'm
know
not
if
sure
they're
it's got
there.
the legs.
Really working it hard from quite a long way out. Don't know if they're really working it hard. Don't know if they're there. Don't know if they're don't know if they're there. Really working it hard. Right. That was Fleming's first shot, so perhaps he was just actually looking to block the way in, but I didn't get that impression from the way that they were looking at it.
No, I think she's got last story, so she's definitely looking for it too. So
I didn't get that looking at it. There's still a draw around the side of there, looking at it.
yeah, I think there is. It's just whether it's
There's still a draw around the side of there.
Look at stone in a second or two.
There's still a draw around the side of there.
The only place they don't really want to be here is wide and
There's still a draw around the
double
side of there.
on blues. But other than that, block that line. 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 It's round the guard.
Yes, it's looking okay.
Good communication. Wee touch heavy. Just don't want to leave a double.
Yes, it's looking okay. Yes,
It's fair enough back.
looking okay.
Leave a double. Wee touch heavy. Just don't want to leave a double.
Yes,
It's fair enough back.
looking okay.
Leave a double.
Can't do that.
It's fair enough back. Leave a double. There's a wee bit of measuring with a brush there, is that?
Can't do that.
It's fair enough back. I'm sure the umpires will be right
Can't
on
hear
that.
No, I'm sure that they were just working out exactly where they wanted to place
Just
their stone.
working out angles, that's what it was.
I'm sure that they were just working out exactly where they wanted to place their stone.
Working out angles, that's
Exactly
what it was.
where they wanted to place their stone.
Working out angles, that's
Aye,
what it
no,
was.
I'm sure working out exactly where they wanted to place their stone.
Working out angles,
Aye, no, I'm sure they wanted to place their stone. Aye, no, I'm sure their stone. Aye, no, they wanted to place their stone. Aye, no, I'm sure their stone.
Just a reminder, the next game this afternoon is at 3 o'clock. We'll be featuring Hannah Fleming's team again. We just happen to be going back on the sheet where we've got most of the cameras, so we'll be featuring them against Lorna Weavers. Should be a good local clash. Expecting a few people in the ice rink for that one, I would think, John.
Yeah, well, it'd be good to see a few people in. I'm not so sure that people know that it's on. Well, it'd be good to see a few people top class curling coming to Dumfries. Well, it'd be good to see a few people in. It's either that or you go to Palmerston. So it's on.
There's not really much choice there, is there? Although it's actually that was where Mr. Smith's featured this afternoon.
Yes. So hopefully the local team will do well. Yes.
Cup game, I believe.
Hopefully it is. Yes. Anyway, so Fleming took one there. Hannah never managed to even really get into near the centre. She's probably a bit annoyed about that. So it was there, an opportunity for her. Another games that's been played, 7th end, Martin versus Weavers. Weavers is 6 games that's been played. 7th end, Martin versus Weavers. Too many people standing in front of the scoreboard of the Monroe Aitken game for me to give you.
I'm going to say it's 4-3 to Aitken.
People standing in front of the scoreboard for me to give you Monroe Aitken game. Yes.
That's a good guess from this corner.
Okay, right.
Good guess from this corner.
Yes.
Good guess from this corner.
Lovely shot there from the Aitken rink, hit and roll into the centre. Lovely shot there from the Aitken rink, hit and roll. Lovely shot there from the Aitken rink. Gail going to play a shot, bit pressure on her. Lovely shot there from the Aitken rink. Gail going to play a shot, pressure on her. Aitken rink. Gail going to play a shot, pressure on her.
Just skip across and show you the end of that end. And Gail looking like she's playing a race.
No, she's looking to, she's elected to raise that centre red.
Gail looking like she's playing a race.
She's looking to, she's
Gail looking like she's playing a race.
she's looking to, she's their 7th end, so she really needs to do something here. She's got the hammer. She really needs to, there's their 7th end, so do something here. She really needs to hammer. Do something here. She's got the hammer. She really needs to, their 7th end. Do something here. She's got the hammer. Do something here. She's got the hammer. Looks a wee bit tight.
Super's on it all
Looks
the
a
way.
bit tight.
Looks not bad.
Looks a wee bit tight. But not sure what she wanted. She wanted straight into the centre there.
Yep. Super's on it all the way. Loses the steal of the one.
Straight into the centre there. She wanted straight into the centre there.
We've got corner guard again, John.
Yes, just
He's made a reappearance.
different tactics.
Got corner guard again, John.
Fleming doesn't have the hammer.
Just
So
made a reappearance.
different
I think it's
tactics.
fair to say Fleming Rink could probably
Fleming
control
doesn't
this
have a
game.
hammer.
It's not to say the Bar
Yeah.
Rink haven't played well. They have played well. Maybe a little bit negative. Not necessarily negative, but just looking to keep things quite tidy sometimes. Certainly the two blank ends. They were with Basel having hammer. So they have kept it nice and clean. And they've always been in this kind of position of one down with or level without. So it's really anybody's game still.
No, I totally agree with you. It's been quite an interesting game. As you see yourself, are they going to get this? Are they not going to get it? You know.
We're in the
quite
end.
an interesting game. Yes, right.
Not lost any of the
Going
ends.
to get this? Are they not going to get it? You know.
So, you know,
Two
from
ends
that
to
point
go.
of view, the bar rank have also potentially control the 8th and the 10th
Yes,
ends. So,
right.
yeah, they're one down, but they're playing away fine.
Two ends to go.
The bar rank have also potentially control the 8th and the 10th ends. So, yeah, they're one down, but they're playing away fine.
Two ends to go.
Just maybe a case now of which team really wants to take the game by the scruff of the neck and take a chance somewhere. Just maybe a case now of which team really wants to.
I'm not sure that you'll see them actually take a chance as such. You know, it seems to me that they're playing the sensible shots and not taking that risky shot. I mean, we saw some last night where we'll maybe take a risk and we'll hit this one, and it should hit onto that, and then it'll hit into something else. And when one of the hits doesn't go right, it just goes all wrong. Like, you
The whole
know,
lane's
so
in trouble from
it is.
there. Yeah. I know that feeling very well.
When one of the hits doesn't go right, it just goes all wrong.
There's a wee chance for the Fleming rink to build a bit of pressure here. They're obviously lying the stone in the forefoot. Interestingly enough, they chose a guard last time. They've changed their mind this time. Like they're trying to draw to the winger. But I mean, this could be a chance to put the pressure on and force the play, put a centre guard up. They might be more inclined to do it again. Could be a chance to. And they have changed their mind and gone back to that, which I quite like that. Might be more inclined to do it
Again, possibly less risk. You know, I mean, greater chance of them doing what they want to do here. Whereas playing on the left-hand side, if it didn't come off, greater chance.
It really depends what their ultimate aim is. If they're looking to steal, then you know they're being aggressive and they're going for the steal by the look of it. Whereas in theory, a cagey game, they would just be trying to force the one. Which, if you're looking to force the one, taking that second stone out of play on the left-hand side would have been the call. I would say that's reasonably aggressive play from the Fleming rink now. Looking to force the issue a wee bit more than maybe the previous 7 ends have been. I would say that's reasonably aggressive play from the Fleming rink now. Looking to force the issue a wee bit more than maybe the previous 7 ends have been. I would say that's reasonably aggressive play from the Fleming rink now. Having said that, having played with Scott Hamilton last weekend at Lockerbie in the Super Spiel across there, every time I went down ahead and offered a suggestion, I just got looks of, "What are you talking about?" So maybe not the best person. Every time I went down ahead and offered a suggestion, I just got looks of,
Did you win?
"What are you talking about?" We didn't. We got beaten in the semi-final by David Edwards.
Did you win?
Mostly due to Dave having a very good game. He actually had wee Ross White playing with him. He was playing lead, but was vice skipping the rink. Ross played very well all weekend in lead. It's very bizarre playing against Ross as an opposition lead, I have to say. That was an unusual occurrence. But no, it was a good weekend. Nice to be back into a semi-serious competition as well, I have to say. So it was good fun. We played without a skip on the Sunday, but we went missing in action after a night out on the Saturday night, so we had Dave Hamilton in as super sub.
Probably just lost his bearings in the fog.
I hasten to add, the skip wasn't Scott Hamilton, the skip was Graham Black, so before Scott gets any
Probably just
reputation
lost his
for that.
bearings in the fog. Oh, that's not good at all, eh?
That's a wee mistake there, and you see the reaction there as well, and all of a sudden the gamble to try and steal has created a few problems, because if they can hit a roll off this one, I actually quite like their original call. There might be a gap between the two guards, that's the only thing. In behind that centre guard, and Fleming rink have got a problem.
Yes, the game changed with that shot in some ways, didn't it?
It's all about control again.
Yes, the game changed with that shot in some ways, didn't it?
It's all control again.
Yes, the game changed.
Still about control again.
Yes, the game changed.
Switch the call to go into the outside. And just squeezes it by. Switch the call to go. The red still third shot though. Just squeezes it by.
Hit and roll. Just which one are you going to do?
Yeah, I think that's a shot again. The first to the 4 foot here has the advantage.
Plus, going hit and rolling to the left there. You've also got more cover.
Yeah, all the way across. Yeah, exactly.
Plus, going hit and rolling to the left there. You've also got more cover.
Yeah, all the way across. Yeah, exactly.
Plus, going hit and rolling to the left there. You've also got more cover.
Yeah, all the way across. Yeah, exactly.
Has to hit it on the inside to get the roll.
Just waiting for the swing, I think.
Oh, just never got the roll that they wanted. Just not going Fleming's way at all at this moment in time, is it?
Yeah, it just gives the bar rink another chance to play that hit and roll in. I mean, it's they should know the ice this time, certainly.
This moment in time, is it?
Yeah, it just gives the bar rink another chance to play that hit and roll in. It's
Not going
they should know the
Fleming's
ice this time, certainly.
This moment in time, is it?
Yeah, it just gives the bar rink another chance to play that hit and roll in. It's this time, certainly. Sweepers on that, and then called off it pretty quickly.
This might
Now
just.
it's close to the nose, might get a wee inside.
Mhm.
As on that, and then called off. It's probably roll enough.
This might just.
Close to the nose, might get a wee inside.
Mhm.
As probably roll enough.
This might just.
So I think the Blues are line 2 at the moment.
Mhm.
Don't think they're line the third shot at the back of the rings.
No, I would agree with you there. It's, Anna looking to come down through that gap onto the Bluish, as opposed to coming on the out turn.
I think so.
Mhm.
Freeze the corner blue.
The Bluish, as opposed to coming on the out turn.
I think so.
Mhm.
Freeze the corner blue.
The Bluish, as opposed to coming on the out turn.
I was going to say we need to get the player microphones back on, but to be quite honest, it's a lot less hassle without them having to turn the volumes up, down, and watch for the wee odd bad word creeping in here and there. So we have just got a microphone hung down in the ice hall, so if there is any bad language coming through that, we'll apologise, but you can blame whoever's on sheet 6 because that's they're nearest to it. If there is any bad language coming through that, we'll apologise, but you can blame whoever's on sheet 6.
Fleming playing first of our 2 shots. Looking to come down through the gap between the 2 shots which are outside the rings there. And to come down through the gain the shot. Shots which are outside the rings there. If it's got that much weight on it.
Swingers are still going up.
Outside the rings there. If it's got that much weight on it. Bad mistake.
Just come up short.
Bad mistake.
So big chance for the bar rink now. That they come through.
Bad mistake. I mean, Hannah's line was good and all the rest of it. Just needed that, just that other extra half kilo of weight on it. Just needed that, just that other extra half kilo of weight on it. Just needed that, just that other extra half kilo of weight on it. Are they just looking to just tap that back, are they? Are they just looking to just tap that back, are they? I think his bar's really looking for 3 here, aren't they?
Yeah, I think you've got to be looking for 3 now. I mean, it's I think a wee tap back or even a nose is pretty good. Yeah, I think you've got to be looking for 3 now. I mean, my initial thoughts were almost a corner freeze, but you'd probably give away the double that way. But then if the double gets lifted, you can come down to that back red for your 3. So they've got plenty of options here, as long as they don't hit the guard, as long as they don't miss the blue on the top of the 8 foot there as well. They should get a nice result out of this. Looks a bit wide at the moment. I just wonder if they've switched to coming right round it. I think they're swooping to come right round this. And it is by it. And that's a pretty nice result. Well swept.
Well swept, aye.
Good call as well. If that was a change, that's a really good early call.
So, will Fleming move up to play a front red there?
Just get a wee replay of this first, John.
So, will Fleming move
sweeper's working there.
up to play a front red there?
Squeaks past the blue and into the 4 foot. Well swept. Squeaks past the blue. Well swept. Problem with moving the red is if you miss every blue and you've moved the red, you could lose a 5. Because you're opening up a path to that back red. Move the red, you could lose a 5. You'd have to be fairly unlucky to miss every blue though, that's the timeout's been taken. So for those that aren't in the way of that, what happens now is the clocks are stopped until the coach gets down onto the ice. Once the coach arrives, they get a minute of time with the team, and then the normal game clock resumes. So a lot of the benefit is actually on the coach getting down to the ice.
They can actually take longer than a minute to make the decision up. They can keep talking for as long as they want.
Absolutely.
But it's coming off their time. Take longer than a minute to make the decision up. They can keep talking for as long as they want.
Absolutely.
But it's coming off their time. Take longer than a minute to make the decision up. They can keep talking for as long as they want. But it's coming off their time. Take longer than a minute to make the decision up. They can keep talking for as long as they want. But it's who's the Fleming team coach? Okay, I shouldn't ask these difficult questions. I'll just who's the Fleming team coach? Okay, I shouldn't ask these difficult questions.
I wouldn't want to give a daft answer.
I shouldn't ask these questions. Well, this is going on. I'll just.
Alternatively, we should do a research before we start. If
Shouldn't
you've
ask.
done research, that's probably my bad
Limited
on that.
research. I'll just give you an update on other games. Martin versus Rivas. Martin has came up there, and as they play the 8th end, they're 6-all. I'll just give you an update on the Aitken versus Moores game. It's 5-3 came up there. And as they play the 8th end, they're 6-all. I'll just give you an update on the Aitken versus Moores. Still got to put that up. So 5-3 came up there. And as they play the 8th end, they're 6-all. I'll just give you an update on the Aitken versus Moores. Still got to put that up. So 5-3 came up there. And as they play the 8th end, they're 6-all. I'll just give you an update on the Aitken versus Moores. What would you do here, David?
Panic. I'm not really seeing an easy
What
double.
would you do here, David?
Panic.
Could you just draw into that blue there? But
I'm not really seeing
they don't play like that.
I think I'd be really tempted to tap that
Could you
front
just
red.
draw into that blue there? But she must be going for the looking to get a wee roll in off centre blue there, the one in the 4 foot. Going for the looking to get
I think she might be looking to freeze it, John.
roll in off. Just freeze on the centre blue there, the one in the 4 foot. For the
They must concede more than we can think, because I would have thought that might just leave an easy peel. But I don't know, I think I'd been tempted looking at that red on the centre line.
Either that, they keep that for an emergency, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Either that, they keep Hannah's playing a second shot. First shot, the sweepers were into it. They're on and off of it.
Maybe just looking to slash this across them.
Trying to look at Hannah. She's shouting. She's shouting.
Shouting for line. I think the weight's all there. It's really just line.
Trying to look at Hannah. She's shouting.
It's creative.
Well played.
It's a great shot under a lot of pressure.
Uh-huh. She was certainly getting agitated halfway up the rink there. So.
Certainly see a replay of this, although the players are standing in the way of it a little touch.
She was certainly getting agitated.
In there, and there's an awful lot movement on that second stone. That's a great stone under pressure.
She was certainly getting agitated. Halfway up the rink. Mind. Well, Bar looked to hit the blue, take that red out. I mean, the red could go. Wouldn't need much for it to.
I'm not sure they can get to the inside of that, John. I think the red card might actually be in the way of that. It's really tight.
See, the danger if they don't do it is that that Fleming's just going to come on straight on up and end up. See, the danger if they don't do it is
Absolutely.
that
The bar has got last stone. Remember,
Fleming's just
so
going to come on straight on up. And see, the danger if they don't do it is that
so really just kind of a shot here to open, not necessarily to open it up, but just make sure you've got a last shot somehow. I think this is the stone to do it. Even if all you do is take the backing away from this red, bounce it out sideways.
So Bar's team have got their stone ready for it. Haven't cleaned it. So Bar's team have got their stone ready for it.
It's part of the routine though, John. I don't like my sweepers cleaning the stone, because I'll clean it again anyway. They're more than welcome to do it.
Habit, isn't it? Anyway,
Exactly.
my daughter would say, but you never clean your stone, father, so. Habit, isn't it? Anyway, my daughter would say, but you never clean your stone,
A
father.
wee tap on the blue, I think. It was a shot you called, John.
Anyway, my daughter would say, but you never clean your stone, father.
It's nicely played. Yeah, sorry, that was last stone.
Anyway, so my daughter would say,
That'll be two
Bar.
blue. Well played. Sorry, that was last stone. That'll be two blue. Well played. I'll just switch back across to sheet 6 again. Good number of stones in play there.
Monroe's red and Aitken's blue, and it's 5-4 for Aitken. Monroe's red and Aitken's blue, and the last shot. Monroe's red and Aitken's blue, and the last shot. Monroe's got the advantage as well. Got some blues there, they just have to capitalise on it. Advantage as well. Got some blues there, they just have to capitalise on it. This is the 9th end. Again, all the games are tight. 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 Not sure what Gail's elected to do there, David. Have you got? Is she looking to just force her Centre red one back, is it?
That's what I'd kind of presumed. I just looked up there and just looked a fair bit of ice, but it's maybe swinging a wee bit more than the other sheet is.
Centre red one back, is it?
They're just looking to build
Or
an
is she
end.
looking to go through the gap?
It's maybe swinging a wee bit more than it's down onto the reds. Just looking to build
Or
an
is she
end.
looking to go through the gap? Not sure that's really a help thing.
Maybe just trying to line things up for a bigger shot later in the end.
Not sure that's really a help thing.
Just trying to line things up for a bigger shot later in the end. Which can always be a wee bit dangerous because you don't always get to play that shot.
That's why I thought that maybe she would have liked to have a head on stage and maybe try to move one of the blues at the back that's why I thought that maybe she out of the road, if you know what I mean. Move one of the blues at the back. That's why I thought that maybe she out of the road, if you know what I mean. Move one of the blues at the back. That's why I thought that maybe she out of the road, if you know what I mean. Move one of the blues at the back. So Raina Kerr for Aitken Rink playing her shot there. So Raina Kerr for Aitken Rink and putting the guard on. Shot there. So Raina Kerr for Aitken Rink and putting the guard on. Shot there. So Gail in a bit of a problem here, a bit of trouble. She's got the hammer, so she has to open things up. She's got the hammer, so she has to open things up. She's got the hammer, so she has to open things up. Unfortunately, you couldn't replay that one, could you, David? Unfortunately, you couldn't replay that one, could you, David?
That's
Just a wee bit, well done, just a wee bit unfortunate there. If she'd went through that gap there, should have taken the blue, but she'll be probably quite happy when she's moved that blue back. But should have taken the blue, but
I think one of the bigger problems is that red scoots straight through there now.
it is, aye, just not laying exactly right. It is, aye, just
It's called early, though. Inside's fine because I'll drag it through it. Not quite. Square it back up a wee bit. Well, no, that gives Gail a chance now.
That shot. Just threw it, or skewed it back towards Gail. That shot. Just threw it, or skewed it back towards Gail. That shot. Just threw it, or skewed it back towards Gail. That shot. Just threw it, or skewed it back towards Gail.
That's pretty nice there. You know, that shot might just work because the red on the right might get a kick off one blue back onto the second blue. Graham Sloan's eyes would be lighting up about now. He'd be telling us about reverse kicks and kicks this way and kicks that way, and we'd all just be nodding and agreeing.
Like we normally do.
And then he would explain why it didn't happen.
Try to tell me something. Like we normally do.
They need to explain why you didn't have to do that.
Can I tell us something?
Just on the nose, I think.
Like we normally do. I know what they were looking for. Can I tell us something?
Just on the nose, I think.
Like we normally do.
Does it leave Gail
I
something
know what they were
similar
looking
though?
for. She's looking for a 2 this end, really.
Does it leave Gail
I
something
know what they were
similar
looking
though?
for. She's looking for a 2 this end, really.
Gail
I
something
know what they were looking for. She's looking for a 2 this end, really.
So a wee bit of time been taken just to give you an update on what's happening in our featured game. A huge amount of stones in play, as I said. Time been taken.
Aye, but I was watching it and there's been
Featured game.
some quite
A huge amount of stones in play, as I said.
a number of shots there that were played. They were all in the centre. But they've been really just keeping it clear of the stones.
So we'll switch back to that once this. Just watch the end of this end in this game.
Keeping it clear of the stones.
Just watch the end of this. We like to keep things moving. It just gives us one more thing to do.
Plus they do it in Eurosport.
Yeah, exactly. Eurosport's our benchmark. We like to keep things moving. It just gives us one more thing to do.
You think when they retire from Eurosport,
Yeah, exactly.
commentators there will be
Eurosport's our benchmark. I'd love to say yes.
Somebody said no out there.
That's fine. Anybody that says no is going to come and do it the next game. So it's all
Said
good.
no out there.
That's fine. Anybody that says no is going to come and do it the next game. So it's
Said no out there.
that's fine. Anybody that says no is going to come and do it the next game. So it's
Said none of us will say anything and then both of us will try to speak at the same time.
good communication, good teamwork.
None of us will say anything and then both of us will try to speak at the same time.
Good communication, good teamwork.
None of us will say anything and then both of us will try to speak.
The drinks orders in as well. Communication, good teamwork. The drinks orders in as well. I think it's
Bacon.
Advantage Team Bar. You were right, John. We did both try and speak at the same time. Advantage Team Bar in our featured game. I think it's
Bacon.
Advantage Team Bar. You were right. Keep you in suspense and show you that one in a minute or two. Advantage Team Bar in our featured game. I think there might be a bit of thinking time here, so we'll just go straight back across there. I think there might be a bit of thinking time here, so we'll just go straight back across there. We'll leave and update the scores. Leave and update the scores. This looks quite nice round that centre guard.
Yes, it's well played.
Finishes nicely, bites the button. Quite nice round that centre guard. So as I say, Advantage
Yes.
Team Bar
It's well played.
on sheet D. if we go back across to F, and apologies if we keep calling them numbers and letters. We're used to numbers here, but they've been renamed A to F for the weekend. So apologies if we keep calling them numbers and letters. We're used to numbers here, but they've been renamed A to F for the weekend. So apologies if we keep calling them numbers and letters. We're used to numbers here, but they've been renamed.
I bet they stay ETF from and that's them now.
Common sense prevails, we're trying to say.
I bet they stay ETF from and
It's
that's
one of these
them
things, it just should be standardised across Scotland, shouldn't it?
now. Should be, aye.
Nice and easy. Keep it simple. And then you've got Murrayfield that works backwards. From the wrong end of the ice rink and everything.
Should be, aye.
Keep it simple. And then you've got Murrayfield that works backwards. From the wrong end of the ice rink and everything.
Should be, aye. Should be, aye.
So a timeout being, maybe not a timeout, but something like that conversation going on now. So a timeout being, maybe not a timeout. I think we're on to skip stones actually, on more other games. So I'm trying to cover the end of an end. We've missed nearly an entire end. I think we're on to skip stones actually.
So Hannah Fleming looking to go down the gap between those two shots there and just move that short stone back just a few inches. Go down the gap between those two shots there and just move that short stone back just a few inches. Go down the gap between those two shots there and just move that short stone back just a few inches. Go down the gap between those two shots there.
Stones away.
And just move that short stone back just a few inches.
Stones away. Sweepers are off. And then on. They're just cleaning it, so the line must be pretty good. See for yourself now, it is pretty good. All on the way. It looks pretty good. Don't think it'll bump it enough.
No, but should be pleased with that.
Yeah, it's a good containing shot again.
Really pleased with that.
But again, the bar ring looking just to force the one, just come down there. Put a guard on it.
Aye, but I think that this is the ninth end, isn't it? So
It is. So if the bar ring can force the one, then
I think that
you have to be favourites going down the last end, certainly level with last stone. Even losing the conversation last night about would you prefer to have last stone and be one down or be one up without. Even losing the conversation last night about would you prefer to have last stone and be one down. It can't be any worse than one down with last stone. So
Fleming won't be wanting to go down two down. That's one thing.
no, definitely not.
She'll be looking for to get the one at least. Fleming won't be wanting to go down two down. That's one thing.
No, definitely not.
She'll be looking for to get the one at least. Fleming won't be wanting to go down two down. That's one thing.
No, definitely not.
She'll be looking for to get the one at least. Fleming won't be wanting to go down two down. She'll be looking for to get the one at least. Fleming won't be wanting to go down two. She'll be looking for try from Hannah Fleming there. Look to raise that guard and into the centre and hit the shots in the centre. Just went past the side of it. Good effort, but unfortunately allowed her to go 2 down in the last. Shots in the centre. Just went past the side of it. Good effort, but unfortunately allowed her to go 2 down in the last. Shots in the centre. Just went past the side of it. Good effort, but unfortunately allowed her to go 2 down in the last. Shots in the centre. Just went past the side of it. Good effort, but unfortunately allowed her to go 2 down in the last. Shots in the centre. Just went past the side of it. Good effort, but unfortunately allowed her to go 2 down.
So well into this 10th end now. And just a quick reminder before we finish this game and get to the conclusion of it. If you're watching on the live stream service, you will just bound to have noticed that it runs through paid advertising by now. Nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. But we are looking to try and get the YouTube service available. So if you have enjoyed watching the curling from Dumfries today, if you could take 2 minutes to go to youtube.com/Dumfries Curling, press the subscribe button, and once we hit 100 subscribers, you should be able to broadcast straight to YouTube with no adverts whatsoever. Which would be quite good, I have to say, having sat and watched it with adverts before. It can be quite frustrating. So where's your money on the end of this game, John?
I mean, I know that Bar's got few shots up, but I think that they won't let it go. I think that they'll continue to look to keep ahead. They won't let them. They might let them take one shot, but I doubt if they'll let them look to keep ahead. They won't let them.
It's interesting they haven't gone for the guards yet, though. Looking at it now. It's interesting they haven't gone for the guards yet. There must be a temptation to take the guard off. Looking at it now. It's interesting they haven't gone for the guards yet. There must be a temptation to take the guard off. Particularly as the Blues line short at the moment, I think. Particularly as the Blues line short at the moment, I think. Particularly as the Blues line short at the moment, I think. Particularly as the Blues line short at the moment, I think.
Time out.
I can see why the Eurosport commentators get annoyed at timeouts. We need to find something to fill the space now. I can see why Eurosport commentators get annoyed at timeouts. We need to find something to fill the space now. I can see why Eurosport commentators get annoyed.
I suppose, John, with the timeouts, you should actually be discussing the shot. That's what you should be doing in the minute, working out are they making the call that you think they should make or not. I suppose, John, with the timeouts,
Right, thank you, Linda.
discussing the shot. That's what you should be doing
Right,
in the
David.
minute, working out
Over to us then,
Or not.
Well,
Yeah, to be fair, if you've got a criticism, take the microphone in the ear. That would be good, yes. Over to
we can't
us.
criticise her too much because she brought us coffee and she brought us some more cake, and we thank her for that.
So the Lockerbie ladies had a bonspiel yesterday to celebrate the 175th anniversary of the RCCC, so they had a most fantastic cake, complete with curling stones and brushes, so that's what you were getting, a wee slice of that anniversary of.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. So anyway, going back to this, the options are take the guard off, or really draw another one in. So anyway, going back to this, I would have thought they would have taken the
I
guard
think they're
off.
actually discussing taking the
Take
guard
the
off
guard
or
off.
taking the one in the house out.
Or really draw another one in.
The problem with taking the one in the house out
I would have thought they would have taken the guard off.
is that the guard's still there to go straight back round again. So for me, taking the guard off, there's two up. You don't. Start with worst case scenario for me. You can't score a 3 if you take the guard off.
And that's what we're going to try and stop, is trying to get more than one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, the guard always provides you with the and that's what
Even up to second last stone
That's right.
gives you the chance. So for me, I think you can get rid of both guards there as well.
provides you. And that's what
So that would be the shot for me.
Do they think that they can come round that guard and take that red out? Is that what they are
I
thinking?
think that was second option.
Do they think that they can come round that guard and take that red out? Is that what they are thinking?
I think where the guard is, if we had exceptionally swingy ice, you could get round the full guard. Hackgrey, then that might have been an option, but I think where the guard is, if we had exceptionally swingy ice, I think they've come to the right conclusion here, certainly in taking the guards off.
I mean, really, Bar's got the game won. It's a question of do they actually go and lose it?
Exactly.
I mean, really, Bar's got the game won. It's a question
We need a psychologist in here now.
do they actually go and
Yeah,
lose it?
perfect shot.
Mhm.
Really well played.
And they were unfortunately never actually
We need a
took
psychologist.
that other red as well.
Yeah, exactly that.
Mhm.
You can see on the replay here, comes in really nicely. back across, and you're right, John, it nearly catches that red.
Nearly caught it.
And the last remaining blue swept all the way to the sidelines. I mean, it was a much tidier house, and you would make them strong favourites from this position now. All the way to the sidelines. I mean, it was a much tidier house, and you would make them strong favourites from this position now. All the way to the sidelines. I mean, it was a much tidier house, and you would make them strong favourites from this position now. All the way to the sidelines. So the Fleming Rink called a guard here.
And if she gets her guard on, they try to take the guard off, and they just go through those motions, and she's still left with the red there. And she draws. If she gets her guard on, they try to take the red.
I think she'll actually have to move the blue as well, John. I think that's the.
I
think the blue's shot at the moment. Might be wrong. Might be wrong actually. Might be the red that's shot. I think she'll actually have to move the blues as well. But it should now be an easy decision. Just keep taking the guards off as long as they're there. Might be the red that's shot. It should have an easy decision. Just keep taking the guards off as long as they're there. Job done.
So we'll go through the motions again.
Job done.
So we'll go through the motions again.
Yep, the guard will go back on this time. Job done. Yep, the guard will go back on this time. Job done. Yep, the guard will go back on this time. We've been told on the comments that apparently Brother Scott would have made the triple on the clearing shots. We've been told on the comments that apparently Brother Scott would have made.
In fairness, there's probably a lot of European colours that made the triple, you know, but by the same token, there's probably a lot would have missed it. In fairness,
maybe thrown it fractionally too hard, squared the handle and missed the whole lot.
By going to take the blue, there's probably a lot would have missed it. In fairness,
nearly an ideal result.
Anna electing to play out there, change their tactics a wee bit. Anna electing to adapt and overcome, change their tactics a wee bit. Anna electing to adapt and overcome. Change the tactics a wee bit. It's only the skip stones to come after this.
So see there, Hannah looking
A lot
at the
excited.
Where is it?
Come on, girls, come on. She's shouting them.
Need to go
They're
for
really
one.
working hard. Their arms will be aching. Excited.
Slide a wee bit wide.
Come on, girls, come on. No, that's not good at all. Advantage blue.
There might be a double on the reds here.
Might be a double. Advantage blue. Perhaps just a wee bit light in weight there.
Yeah, to be fair, the weight was probably not too bad. Just a combination of maybe a fraction tight and a fraction down in weight, and to be fair, a big swing off the centre line. Probably not too bad. Just
Certainly changed the advantage in the game just by that one shot. If it went the other way, the advantage would have been Fleming's anyway. Advantage in the game just by that one shot. If it went the other way.
See, Scott McLeod's skip is now agreeing with us that he would have either made the triple or flashed everything. So we'll leave them having that debate.
Some sad people out there, isn't there? Some sad people out there, isn't there? Nice shot there. So blue line 2. Pressure on Fleming here. Nice shot there. Looking up at the clock, so must be a bit concerned about the time, I would say.
Yeah, they're both having a look at that there.
Aye,
And
looking up at the clock.
to be fair, they're an end ahead of some other
so
games, so if they're looking at the clock,
a bit concerned about the time, I would say.
yeah, they're both having a look at that.
Either that or it's just reassurance.
Yeah, possibly they're maybe having one or two too many glances for reassurance. Unfortunately, again, we
Either
can't
that
actually see
or
the
it's
time
just
clocks
reassurance.
where we are.
Somebody else looking at the time clock.
Our roving reporter is just the other side of the
Yeah,
barriers. I don't know if Linda can hear us.
Somebody else looking at the time clock.
She's not moving or she's pretending not to. So.
Somebody else looking at the time clock.
She's not moving or she's pretending not to. So.
Can't I get the camera from the far side to look at the clocks?
It just won't go high enough, I'm afraid, John.
Alright. Can't I get the camera
It just won't go high enough, I'm afraid, John.
Alright. Can't I get
It just won't go high enough, I'm afraid, John.
this looks light. This looks light. This looks light. This looks light.
Is it on, John?
Pardon?
What they're conjuring up here?
Just, I mean,
think
it
that
looks to
thing
me
there
as if they're
is
at
on.
Blues line 3 at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're looking, wondering whether the triple's on.
Just,
I
I
think
mean, it looks to me as if they're
the
at
blue and
Blues line
forfeit's just
3 at
maybe
the
a
moment.
little bit flat. They're looking, wondering whether the triple's on.
I mean, it looks to me as if they're
The
at
blue and
Blues line
forfeit's
3
just
at
maybe
the
a
moment.
little bit flat. They're looking, wondering whether the triple's on.
No, if it comes off the short at the weekend, it's just maybe a little.
I have to make sure we get a replay of this one, eh?
No, if it comes off the short at the weekend, it's just maybe a little.
Have to make sure we get a replay of this one, eh?
No, if it comes
I think it's just a little bit flat.
I just don't see it.
You may as well have a go at it, to be fair.
Aye,
They may as well have a go at it. Just a little bit flat.
I just don't see it.
You may as well have a go at it, to be fair.
Aye. No, Hannes Flees tells it all.
That's the first
So-
result of this session.
Game back. No, Hannes Flees tells it all. All went wrong for Fleming in that ninth end. Needed the one or the two. Went wrong for just never came their way. Ninth end. Needed the one or the two. Just never came their way. Martin versus Bears, where it's they're into the 11th end. And the score is 8 all. With Martin having the hammer, Martin in the yellow shorts. Martin in the yellow shorts. And you would have to say at this moment that it looks as if Martin's got the upper hand. Just looking to draw another one round there. And you would have to say at this moment that looks as if Martin's got the upper hand. Just looking to draw another one round there. Just drifted nicely into the house there.
It's the first X round of the weekend. I think, John. Don't think there was any exchange last
No,
night.
there wasn't. No, it just all finished. In fact, they were all finished in plenty of time last night. Drifted nicely out to the house there.
It's the first exchange of the weekend. I think so, John. Don't think there was any exchange last
No,
night.
they were elected just to move the yellow one back. And then hand there. Yellow one back. And in the Aitken Monroe game, for those that's interested, Aitken won it, got one shot in the 10th end, so close game there as well. And in the Aitken Monroe game, for those that's interested, Aitken won it, got one shot in the 10th end, so close game there as well. And in the Aitken Monroe game, for those that's interested, Aitken won it, got one shot in the 10th end, so close game there as well. Not sure that's the best shot for Weavers there. Not sure that's the best shot for Weavers there. Sure that's the best shot for Weavers there. Jennifer not happy with the so many guards being out there when she's got last shot advantage, wanting to give herself the options. Jennifer not happy with the so many guards being out there when she's got last shot advantage, wanting to give herself the options. Lorna looking for the double here, I think.
I think she's just looking to push them back tee, John.
You think so?
Yeah, I think she's just looking to get some. She's going to have to move something at some point. So move them back tee, give a wee girdle at the back. I think she's just looking to push them back. That's the kind of hope behind it, anyway.
Also gives her a back as well if they're just sitting on the
No, we were right, sorry. She's not a lot of ice, so we're just moving them completely. Back ring weight, maybe.
Also gives her a back. Just light barrier weight, so it is. Swinging, is it going to catch the guard? Looks a wee bit unhappy about it. Just light barrier weight, so it is. Swinging, is it going to catch the guard? Just not the weight for that.
Yeah, well, not last stone either, John, so that's not what they were looking for at all.
Just not the weight. I think maybe she gave out the wrong signal. She gave that ice, but she was then signalling that she wanted the stones to go to the back. Do you know what I mean? So just not. Maybe she
Comes back to a team game, some good communications, and
there
say that
went just straight through that hole there.
So just when you think it should all be over.
Advantage Viva, and there that went just straight.
I think should, yeah.
Advantage Viva. Advantage Viva, and there that went just. Advantage Viva.
She still doesn't have last stone though, so ideally she would have liked to see a wee bit more cover up there. This looks a bit more like it. She still doesn't have last stone though, so ideally she would like to see a bit more cover up there. And moves that one out back. Pretty good result. She still doesn't have last stone though, so ideally she would like to see a bit more cover up there. And moves that one out back. Pretty good result.
Get rid of all three blues here, all then.
I think they'll certainly be looking to get rid of a couple. I think the debate on the the kind of chat element will be who plays it and at what weight, but I'll certainly be looking to get rid of a couple. Done that. That's fair enough. I think the debate and the kind of chat element will be who plays it and at what weight. Considering there's not much cover. Looking to get rid of a couple. Done that. That's fair enough. I think the debate and the kind of chat element will be who plays it and at what weight.
Hit and roll.
Yeah, I think so. Hit and roll gives you a wee bit of cover. And expect them to play the run back.
Hit and roll.
Yeah, I think so. Hit and roll.
Not playing that heavy a stone.
Expect them to play the run back.
Hit and roll. Get the impression they must be looking to just lie onto it. Not playing that heavy a stone. Get the impression still open. Lie onto it. Not playing that heavy a stone. Get the impression still open. Lie onto it. Still open. Maybe just rolled a wee bit further than what they were hoping for. Maybe just rolled a wee bit further than what they were hoping for. Although they're hoping for the hit and roll to the right, if they get a wee bit to the other side, equally it would probably go the right way for them. They should still have whichever way it turns. They get a wee bit.
Yeah, I think certainly from a point of view, it's going to need to be a 4-foot shot that wins the game for them. I don't think it'll be an 8-foot shot.
No.
Yeah, I think certainly from a point of view, it's going to need to be a 4-foot shot that win the game.
Sweepers are working this one hard. No, it looks awfully light. And again, it's just it looks awfully light. Didn't get the impression that's what they were looking for at all.
And I think they did change their mind, to be fair there, John. I think they did call that just right at the last minute.
Didn't get the impression that's what they were looking for at all. There's been many a change when the person is sitting in the hack, hasn't there?
Yeah, that familiar feeling sitting in the hack and think, I can't see that.
I forgot about that guard.
Exactly.
There's been many a change when the person is sitting in the hack, hasn't there? I forgot about that guard.
It's amazing how things change from 30 metres away.
Pardon?
It's amazing how it changes.
I forgot about that guard.
Rolls away again. It's amazing how things change from 30 metres away.
Pardon?
It's amazing how it changes. Time out. Simultaneous timeouts. Shouldn't really be too many time issues in the extra end. They do get extra time to play it. I imagine just take the pressure of the time clocks away, take the time out while it's there.
So, this is where Linda tells us that we're supposed to work out what they should do and then they should listen to us.
I go for a theory you can actually watch the players and the brushes will tell you, but as anybody that knows Linda, she always knows best. She tells me what I should be doing, so I better get on with it. There's two options, isn't there? One's a hit and roll either way. The problem with hit and roll to the left, you're leaving the whole 4-foot hit and roll to the right. You're also leaving a good chunk. Or something similar to that she's just played. Just bump it back a few inches, lying in front of it.
Bump it back a few inches is what I would think is possibly the best.
It's the same shot she's just played anyway. I would still like the hit and roll lying in front of to the right,
Bump
just to
back
where
a few inches
Sarah Reid's brush is
I
there.
would think is possible the test.
It's the same shot, it's just
The only thing is that the way the draw is, I mean, they would have to come in and the in hand, if she actually just moved the yellow back a couple of inches, and she's lying short there, I'm not so sure that it would be so easy to get it out, coming on the outhand. A couple of inches.
possibly.
Because of the other yellows there.
I think at this stage you're not going to get absolutely safe anywhere, so you want to take the most difficult shot possible. Given we haven't really watched this game, I don't know if Jennifer Martin's been particularly good on a draw or hit, or so that obviously comes into it as well. Given we haven't really watched this game, they look like they might just be going for the wee bump. Probably gives a better chance for jam that way. Comes in as well. Given we haven't really watched this game, they might just be going for the wee bump. Give a better chance to jam that way. Comes in as well.
I mean, it's really percentage chances and what you feel most confident at. Plus, if you've been looking at the opposition, what have they not been confident at?
Exactly.
I mean, it's really percentage
Just exactly that.
What you feel most confident at. Plus, if you've been looking at the opposition, what have they decision made confident at? Not sure what the decision is. What you feel most confident at.
So it's the 11 end game. That's just about into the third hour of the game now. Given we're 11 ends isn't too bad. I mean, certain men's teams playing the various Scottish curling tours, so it'll take 3 hours to play 2 ends. 8 ends. I'll not name any names other than Graham Shedden.
Obviously looking just to bump this back a few inches. Sweeper's working it, it's drawn. Is it going to catch it?
Well.
Yes, working hard. Well done.
That's pretty nice. Has it moved it enough?
Sweeper's working it, it's drawn. Yellow still lying short. Is it
coming
to catch it? No, don't need to play it.
Don't need to play the last one.
So, Martin beating Beavers. Good game. Good games throughout. So. What time are you back this afternoon? So
just on the screen there, John. Draw 3 p.m. this afternoon. We'll be featuring Hannah Fleming's team again, up against the team that's just been beat there, Lorna Weavers. So local clash should be a good game. Just on the screen there, John. So join us again at 3 o'clock for that.
Thank you.
Hannah Fleming's team again, up against the team that's just beat there, Lorna Weavers. So local clash should be a good game. Just on the screen there, John. So join us again at 3 o'clock for that.
Thank you.